All right, everybody, welcome back to Timeout Podcast with Ollie and Vens. Again, sorry for being late again this week, but work and life happen. Um, we we will try to do our best, but as you know, this is America. We can do as much as we can. But thank you for still rocking with us and still still watching the episodes, liking, subscribing, and commenting. So we appreciate you for that. How you been, bro? How has your week been so far?
Tired. Life is whooping my ass. I just got a letter from the mail.
I hear you, dog.
At the like just when you're like, I can breathe. Life
And
is just
then
like,
it's
what was it?
mhm. I know the
That's where I'm
feeling.
at right now.
I know the feeling,
How
bro.
you
But
doing,
we'll
bro?
we'll, we'll get it straightened out. So, but yo, yeah, listen, man. On the bright side, the time is changing this weekend. That makes me happy.
I guess.
And that makes me happy. Yeah,
I guess.
I'm one of the few or one of the many that suffers from seasonal depression. So with the time changing, I'm happy. I'm looking forward to it, man. Oh, by the way, shout out to my older sister Tanya. Today is her birthday, so enjoy to the fullest. And shout out to Noelle that has not been in a podcast in a minute, doing big things. We are waiting for you on the side. And let's get it, bro. Let's get into the sports of it, the mess of it. What has been going on in the basketball world? Well, we know Jayson Tatum came back.
Congratulations to him. He very tough journey um to come back from. You don't want to see.
Recovery, recovery has not been easy for him.
No. I'm not gonna say it's rushed because
How?
medicine is improving and stuff like that, and he's an athlete with all the resources available to him, and he really
Mm-hmm.
grinded and put in the work. I know he did like a side documentary
To
so you
showcase
could
the journey.
mhm, to
Mm.
showcase the journey, and yeah, he looked great tonight. He didn't look fully like himself. We joke about how he went for a dunk and he was just a little short.
Okay.
He's I wouldn't say
He's
he's at 100%, but he's at like 85.
he's getting back in his groove. So,
He's getting back in his
but I think
groove.
he should. I think he should ease to it, man. The team has been doing pretty good, and that's the thing that I don't like with injury and player returning. Sometimes the player returning can offset the team.
Do you think it's
Just
gonna upset Boston?
I don't necessarily think that because we know what Jason Tatum is capable of. He's my favorite player. No, he's not. He's a player that I like. No, maybe because of the green that is rocking, but he's not a player that I like or that I will support. I mean, I know his role model is Kobe, but I don't think he has that Mamba mentality yet. It remains to be proven. But I wish him the best, man. Honestly, I don't like seeing player go down. I like when everybody's healthy enough to compete. That's the beauty of the game when everybody's going at everybody. But offsetting the Celtics, I don't think he will because I think he has that much talent where he can fit in the team and then keep them going. The only thing that I don't want to happen is Jaylen Brown has been on a one lately. Now I don't want him to go and take that number two seat. You know, I want him to keep going the way he's going. Let Tatum ease himself back in, and then call up on him when you need him. That's the way I see it should go.
So you say at this point it's Jaylen Brown's team.
He has been for a long time.
Oh,
He's
how
the
long are we?
MVP. You got the MVP.
I mean, he did get the MVP. But during the playoffs though,
He's the
during the
Finals
playoffs
MVP,
though,
bro. So he brought the title to Boston.
I mean,
That's the
so
way.
did Jayson Tatum. Prior to that, prior to the
As a
finals, Jayson
sidekick, as
Tatum.
according to the record book, as a sidekick.
This is why we man, that nasty talk, nasty talk, nasty talk. Just ugh.
I told you, man. The
I
man is
almost
not.
I almost threw up hearing that just now, man. The
Yeah,
way I
but
see it,
I think Jaylen Brown is the man right now in Boston.
I don't
Is the
think
man
so.
to beat the man? You gotta beat the man. Jason Tatum is the man to beat.
I think he is the man in Boston.
Yeah,
Not Jalen. Well, it's really supposed to be the both of them because at this point they've been in so many playoff series together. They've played too many games together for us to still be in 2026 being like, can they fit? Can they not fit? Like they can fit. They know how
of
to
course
play
they
with
can
each
fit.
other.
Of
So
course
I
they
don't
can fit. I don't
necessarily
think
think
there's jealousy in there. I don't
no,
think
no,
there's
no, no.
anything.
But
I
I think
think
ego, not jealousy, but ego. Like
yeah, but
I think.
it's just it's Jalen Brown's team, man.
But I don't think it should
Besides,
necessarily.
honestly, the way I feel about Jalen Brown, besides the shit that he said about Bronny, I feel pretty good about him, man.
I personally, I don't care about what he said when it came to Bronny, man, because that's a whole other can of.
Yeah, that's a whole other debate,
But
but
he's playing at an MVP level. I do agree with you. I don't want his numbers to slip. Um, with like decreased touches and everything like that. But I don't even see that happening because Jaylen Brown, like the way that I see it is the Celtics made the changes that they made. They got rid of the players that they got rid of because they couldn't afford to keep that same team,
roster.
that
Mhm.
same roster together. And they still managed to build an okay team. But if Jaylen Brown doesn't have the MVP season that he's having, we don't. I can't say that we see the Celtics be a number 2 seed in the East. I still because prior to the season starting, I didn't think they were going to be awful, but I didn't think they were going to be like
That good.
that good still. But I didn't think it was
I had
panic
hope.
time for
I
them.
was hoping that they wouldn't be.
Yeah, I mean, to your hope, they're still right up there because of Jaylen Brown having an MVP caliber
Yeah,
season,
he's
both
having a banger season,
offensively
bro.
and defensively, for himself. Which, when you add a Jayson Tatum, maybe it changes the shot diet for the role players. But
Yeah, I don't think the old players are gonna get the same touches.
then when you see the way Jayson Tatum is playing, it's like, do you really care? Because in his first game back, he was getting shots off. He looked comfortable getting separation from the clips that I seen. He's confident enough to go strong to the basket, even though he did get rim stuff. So to me, that's like he's seeing what he can get away with the stuff that he's done in practice. Now he's doing them in game speed with game like type of fatigue,
Mhm.
which is good to see because to me the thing you gotta watch is you gotta watch to see how much trust does a player have in his body and how much trust does he have in his old like playing habits. You get injured, there's certain moves that you're used to making that your body's not ready for you to make yet. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna watch to see where he's at with that. And it makes me really excited, honestly. I know we're talking about Jayson Tatum, but it makes me really excited to see Tyrese when he comes back next season, just to see the kind of player he develops into. Because I know he had to do stuff like bulk up and add muscle to his frame
Mhm.
over the course of this season. And like speaking with Jayson Tatum, you talk about the mobility work he had to do, learning how to shoot again, just learning how to move again. So it's like
Mhm.
it's going to be interesting to see because I think less than ego, I think he recognizes with the Boston Celtics being a 2 seed, they have a shot at a title. If they're the 2 seed, if they're the 2 seed with Jaylen Brown playing at an MVP level, with the good coaching that they have, with the way the team is built, like it's a solid built team. I think he saw that if he inserted himself or worked his way back into being available for the team going into the playoffs, that it would increase their chances going into the postseason. I want to say like that was his mind frame. On top of
Well,
missing playing the game of basketball.
I don't want him to wash into anything, and that's the only thing I can say.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, it's always good to have everybody back, in my opinion. If
Mm-hmm.
they can go, if they can go.
It was good to see for sure.
Mm.
We don't root for the Celtics on this side, but we don't root for players getting injured. So it was good to see.
At all, at
Good to see.
all. We don't mess with the Celtics on here.
But speaking of not messing with the Celtics, LeBron James, another accolade to his career. He passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for having the most field goals all time. Um, you know, are we taking LeBron for granted?
Yes,
Are we?
yes, we are, and it's not even. I don't even know like how that happens. How everybody just hates on a man that I don't think he has any blemishes on his record.
But he does.
Oh, you're talking about the Dallas series, the Dallas finals.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, this is
That
this
he
is life,
acknowledges,
bro.
by the way.
Okay, all right, okay.
He acknow- he
This part,
acknowledge he
I'll give you
acknowledges
that one. But one blemish for
in
like a 20 what?
23 year 20
Come,
23
man.
year career. But that's us. That's us saying that that's the one blemish in his career. A dedicated LeBron James hater will tell you that every finals loss is a blemish in his career.
Oh, so LeBron was the second coming or third coming of Superman now, right? He was supposed to be able to be the super team
The
by
chosen
himself.
one. The chosen one. The chosen one.
So now basketball is no longer a team sport.
It's the one blemish he's got all those finals losses or blemishes on his career. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have any real skill.
Okay, LeBron took
He's
a
not a
bunch of,
legitimate scorer.
I don't want to say bum because I don't want to be disrespectful, but that team LeBron took to the finals against the Warriors when he got swept that last year in Cleveland. Do we really expect that team was gonna beat that Cleveland
You
team?
already know how I feel about that team. No, but like I said, the people, the ones who view LeBron in
We
a
all want to
certain
call
light.
Michael Jordan the GOAT. Michael Jordan the GOAT. I was not born yet when Michael Jordan was doing all of those things. When I got into basketball, like watching basketball, like to an understanding set of eyes, I think it was done for because that I think it's not even the year LeBron got drafted. It was like a couple of years after. The year that I started to follow basketball with because basketball games used to be played late at night. I had to sleep early to wake up at 5 a.m. to go to school because my school was like a few miles away from my house. And when I really, really started watching basketball was when I got like a little bit older. And I think that's the year the finals were San Antonio Spurs versus Detroit Pistons. The year after I started following basketball like that. So even when I tell people AI was my favorite players because I was always watching like um documentaries of AI. I was always watching like highlights. It wasn't because I was watching games like that though. I started watching game because AI got drafted in 99, right?
Mhm.
That was the year my sister was born. So I was 8 years old, seven going to be 8. I was still a kid. So I say all that to say that okay, I did not leave the Jordan era. I don't know how big Michael Jordan was. I don't know. Like, but when we look at the stats, because I hate judging a player by stats, because if we look at stats, Mariano Diaz has many Champions Leagues. Does that mean he was like a top attacker? But then again, when you look at the trophies and you look at the numbers, like this number of game played, number of goals scored, you can see that the guy was a bench player, not even a warmer, like a bench. He was the guy literally getting towels and water for the rest of the team. So, but when you look at the stats of Michael Jordan, yes, he's 6 for 6 in the finals.
He is 6 for 6 in finals.
But look at the teams, bro. Look at the teams. Because he got to the final with those teams. When he got swept in his career, like early in his career in the playoff, he did not bring that team to the final, didn't he? Did he? LeBron, but in his rookie year, he got swept by Orlando in the Eastern Conference Finals. But the team that he bought was heavily relying on him as a rookie.
But he wasn't a rookie. He was not a rookie. He didn't make the playoffs.
No, he was a sophomore. Was he? When he got swept by Shaq's Orlando.
It was either his sophomore year or his third year in the league.
Yeah, but for him to be relying on a player like that at that early in his career. So
that was his role. That was his role. I mean, they did the same to Jordan, you
know. Did Jordan get to the Eastern Conference Final early in his career?
No, but he
Okay.
They don't count that. My biggest issue.
Let's compare teams. Okay, let's compare teams because
my biggest issue with LeBron.
I talk to a LeBron hater, Jordan lover, and you're gonna bring. We both are gonna have a laptop or iPads, and we're gonna look at the numbers. We're gonna look at the teams because if we are comparing teams that Jordan got swept with compared to the teams that LeBron got swept with, let's be honest. Or let's compare the team that he was 6-6 in the finals with compared to the teams that LeBron brought to the finals and LeBron lost or got swept with those teams. Let's be honest, bro. Because in that team that got swept by Golden State, who was the number 2?
Kevin Love.
Where was he?
Oh man, he was there. He was.
No, he was injured.
He was doing Kevin Love things.
He was injured.
Yeah, he was there doing Kevin Love things.
Okay,
that's my point with that.
He got injured, like I think in the first round, because the thing is against all odds, against that Celtic team. I remember this well because I was sick at the time. I was very, very, very sick. And I was going through a lot of things personally. That was my only thing. Because every time I'm like, okay, everything is going wrong in my life. Braun is going to get eliminated too. And that was what was giving me hope. Especially against that Celtics teams. When I was like, okay, this is done now. Because they had a young Jayson Tatum, like balling. I think they had Kyrie was injured, but Kyrie wasn't that team.
The Kyrie Gordon Hayward year. They were hurt.
But the team was good.
Yep.
They took LeBron to 7 games.
Marcus Smart was playing crazy defense.
I was like, okay, this is it.
And he
passed, bro. He passed. I was like, yo, if he can do that, I can do what I gotta do to get out of this slump. I can go and fix my life. And I did. So don't anybody tell me that LeBron is not him. I don't care, man. He cannot be him for you, but he is for me. Because that 2018 year, I remember it well, very well.
My biggest issue with it is we allow Jordan to make mistakes and become Jordan. We didn't allow that for LeBron. With LeBron, we waited for LeBron to make a mistake.
And then won with the narrative.
When he did, we celebrated it. And we've been celebrating his mistakes ever since, to the point where we got to discredit his championships and do all this kind of stuff. Whereas with Michael Jordan, we allowed Michael Jordan to grow into being Michael Jordan for two reasons. One, because the fans did like him, and then two, because the NBA promoted him, because they needed somebody after Magic and after Larry Bird. They needed somebody to carry the torch as the definitive face of the league and exciting player to watch and push the league to new heights. And Jordan became that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I fully believe that.
I have a question for you, though. What's not to like in LeBron?
Well, he flops. He
So we hate LeBron for flopping, but we love James Harden for legalizing traveling.
You asked me what's not to like
celebrate
about
Shea for being a free tour merchant.
You asked me what's not to like about LeBron. That's what
I'm talking on a personal
level
level too, because this guy has been in the league for 23 years. They create narrative, they create scandal, but he has never been caught in one.
Except for this year's All-Star weekend.
He was in a scandal?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even hear that. What scandal was he in?
They asked him a question about Israel, and he let's just say he didn't answer. He didn't answer in a way that was appropriate to the public. It came off.
No, listen, everybody's gonna be sensitive.
No, it was. Even I was like, "Come on, LeBron." It was one of those where you're better off not saying anything at all than you are talking. Kind of thing.
Really, I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, because Danny Avdija was in the All-Star weekend, so they kept asking questions about Israel. Even though it's free Palestine, And they kept asking questions about Israel and Israel this and Israel that, and they asked LeBron.
He said because he said he heard nothing but great things.
He heard nothing but great things about Israel. That was awful. That was terrible.
I don't think that's a scandal per se.
That was terrible.
No. Okay, that's not a good thing to say. But I feel like that was him not trying to get involved in the war shit of it, and he was
he went in there saying that.
Really?
Yeah, that's because it's viewed as an endorsement when the country's doing terrible things while pretending to be persecuted. It was bad. It was bad. And then the second one that he had was the China one. That was also bad. That was bad too. The Daryl Morey situation.
Those things are like, okay, so that's politics, man. The guy might not be a politician.
You said scandal.
I'm talking about scandal like, oh, I cheated on my wife. I'm a gambling addict. I'm a drug addict. I beat women.
No. He's squeaky clean. He's squeaky clean when it comes to that.
Let me tell you, man. Because when it comes to politics, not everybody have a political opinion.
I don't talk to those people.
You're looking at one of them.
No,
I have opinions, but I keep them to myself. Because ain't nobody gonna catch me sleeping, bro.
But
I have a license to worry about. Ain't nobody gonna catch me sleeping.
Well, yeah. So it's not really scandalous, but this stuff is
stupid comment,
questionable integrity.
No, it's not integrity. It's ignorant comments. That's the way
they hate that he flops. They hate that he's not Kobe. They hate that his
mom is not. His dad is not Kobe's dad. His mom is not Kobe's mom. I'm not Noel. Noel is not me.
They hate that he's friendly with people.
The
list goes. He doesn't have the mentality. He's not clutch. He's not skilled. The list is endless. I'm not a LeBron.
That's a lie. It's if you look at the numbers, how a player that's not clutch has more points with less field goal in the league because he just passed Kareem in field goal.
He just passed Kareem.
But
Yeah, he just
but he had more points than Kareem since 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
so how is he not clutch?
I don't know. I don't look, man. Look, man. I'm not the
We
LeBron
need to bring a LeBron hater on this podcast,
I'm
man.
not the LeBron hater. I
because
can't.
You don't have the answer. I need the answer, Ollie.
I don't have the answers for you. I'm not a LeBron hater.
I appreciate
greatness. I look LeBron is my GOAT. He's the greatest player of all time to me because for 2 decades I've watched this man. His name is on every list where they're like all time this. You see his name is like in there at the top for some reason.
Might be 3 decades, bro. Might be 3
decades.
Might be 3.
It's just ridiculous. But enough of that.
Enough of that, man. Let's talk about
because we gotta talk about your boy. Zion. We gotta talk about your boy Zion Williamson.
Let's talk about Big Zion, man.
And
burger after burger,
burger after burger. Your guy Stephen A. Smith. Your guy, your favorite reporter, man.
Mr. President.
Don't even get me started on that. Yes, but yeah, he had an interview with Taylor Rooks where he got real personal about his journey with his injury and his mental health and the weight and all those things. And Stephen A. Smith had some things to say. The Pelicans social media trolled Stephen A. Smith and his failed basketball career, putting up his stats like when he averaged 1.5 points in college. Just poking fun at Stephen A. Smith, and he took it personal. He went on the air, and for 12 minutes, he was talking about the Pelicans organization over something a social media intern posted on Twitter or on X, formerly known as Twitter.
It's time.
Is it time for him to step away?
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I think it's time for him to step away.
I was gonna say something. I thank God I caught myself because I want to bring those energy into the podcast, and it's time for him to step away and go into other endeavor. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I agree with you. I think it's time for him to pursue other.
It was time for Stephen A to go away when he started with Braun.
You think so?
Yeah, because as a journalist, I'm gonna tell you, this is why I didn't go into certain careers. Because you cannot let it be personal. I see lately, like for the past 2 weeks, what I've been coming up is what I wanted to be when I grew up. Even this morning, I was talking to Angie about that. My goal was always armed forces, but mostly army. I wanted to be a Navy SEAL, but you know my situation and all that, so I couldn't be a Navy SEAL. But I know I could not be a cop. The reason being, if I'm driving in the street, you cut me the wrong way, you're getting arrested. I don't care for what, you're getting arrested. So I knew that I will not be able to separate the personal from the professional. Being a police officer with a gun in my hand, handcuffs, and all that power and whatnot. So I knew that I could not be a cop. But I knew what, going to the army, I was gonna get a formation and all that. But this is a topic for another day. So when you cannot separate the personal from the professional, there are certain careers you don't get involved in. You don't get involved in. Journalism is one of them. So if you can dish it and you cannot take it, you cannot be a journalist. Because everything, anybody, even us talking here right now about Stephen A, he has a right of response. If he hears us talking, he has the right, that's his God-given right to respond to me personally telling him that he let the personal get in between his job and LeBron James. Because you had an opinion about this man's son, and you got personal, calling him essentially a bad father. So he had the right to do whatever he deemed was necessary for that comment. And for you now after being in the wrong, not having the balls to go on air and apologize, but instead you went into a press tour about this man, that was time for you to retire. Because any good journalist, even in the Haitian media where there's no rules, where there's no law, where it's a jungle, you say something foul about somebody and you got personal, the moment that person step and tell you, listen, you went too far, your next move is to come on air and apologize. That's the way it should have been. So, in my opinion, it should have been gone. It should have been ESPN should have handled that whole thing the wrong way. Because you cannot. How are you gonna let an employee, a journalist in the contract get in a beef, like in literal beef, because LeBron walked up to this man, right? Anything could have happened with a player. When you are the biggest sports media in the world, essentially, right? Don't you think there should have been repercussions?
For Stephen A. Smith, I don't think they would have made repercussions because they don't see it that way. They're just executives at the end of the day. They don't have the if the they're not going to respond to morals, or they're not going to respond to situations if it doesn't impact them financially. And the way media works today is reactions, clicks, and
Bait.
bait is just what drives engagement, and engagement for
So,
that means viewership, means money, means
mhm.
so they're not necessarily viewing it as a bad thing. My biggest issue with ESPN is you're like, yes, Stephen A is good at what he does, which is why you give him all that money, but at the same time, you're firing so many different people, and you're
For
putting like
less.
you for less. You're firing so many people just because, and then you're giving Stephen A. Smith the roles of those people, even if he's not even proficient. Like, why is Stephen A. Smith going from talking about basketball one minute, then he hops on another show and he's talking about the NFL 1 minute, then he hops on another show and he's talking about boxing for another time, and it's like, at that point you're stretching the man too thin. He's good at what he does, but that doesn't mean you have to abuse his ability, and as a result get rid of people just in order to overplay Stephen A. Smith in these types of positions. And on that same token, I think he should have been gone just when he started getting stuff wrong in his like broadcasting. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff like it's all documented. It's all on the internet. Stuff sometimes that he's apologized for and acknowledged. But to me, he should have been gone when I felt he was getting too much power when the Max Kellerman thing went down. When quietly Max Kellerman was off the show and he was like, "Oh, well, it was a fit thing, and the ratings were down, and it was, we had to get rid of him because it just didn't work." I never was of the opinion that it didn't work because of Max. To me, it didn't work because of Stephen A. Like, Stephen A. would get proven wrong time and time again.
Because Max knew what he was talking about.
Sometimes Max had some crazy takes, but when you hear Max talk about his role on First Take Today, he tells you like he had to be the contrarian. So some of his takes had to be crazy, which is part of the reason
Mhm.
why I stopped watching First Take, because it was less about debate and more about reaction. But that's besides the point. It's just at that point you're giving somebody way too much power over the goings, like the things that are happening in the show, and that, to me, it just should have been, you should look to venture into something else at that point, because you're not, which he's noticing, but it just, I pray it isn't politics, because if you're somebody who lives off of talking BS and you switch over to politics, he, where we already got enough problems in this country as is. I don't.
See, you said it. You said, remember earlier when I said I had a thought, and I'm like, I'm not gonna bring those energy to the
I,
podcast.
what you?
I
I
no,
don't even.
I was gonna say that there was somebody that says he was gonna go to be a president when we took it as a joke, and look at us today. So that's where I'm gonna leave it.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not, he's not joking. He's already entered that. He's
Not
already
him, not
entered that
joking.
path.
We as a nation took it as a joke.
We as a nation took it, but he's already entered it as he's already entered that lane, or he's trying to. He's already made appearances on networks, and he's already doing that. He's already stretching his journalism capabilities to that degree, right? And I just feel like I'm not saying stick it to sports, but you just get to a point where I don't know, man. It's just the stuff that you've gotten away with for so long. At some point, people, at what point are people going to be tired with it? Because the players certainly are, you know. And it's just not positive anymore. It doesn't add anything to the sport. It's just for lack of a better word, it's just it has no meaning right now.
Well, listen, man. Stephen Smith gonna be Stephen Smith. There's nothing we can do about that.
Nothing we can do about that. What we can do is be positive,
Yeah.
and let's be
Yeah.
positive about the Hornets. Because I
Oh,
was I was negative.
okay. Question. Do
Yes.
you still feel LaMelo's points are empty calories?
Um. No, I don't feel like they're
Hmm.
empty calories, but I also wanna. I also wanna. What's the word? I also want to combat that statement that I made too, because just to give it a different framing, right?
Hmm.
When you're a player on a bad team and you're scoring, like yes, it's empty calories because it's not really like it doesn't necessarily add to winning. But is that the player's fault? That's the
Hmm.
framing I want to. Because a prime example is Michael Porter Jr. The Nets are
Hmm.
not a good NBA team, and he was putting up buckets this season. But is that his fault that he's in a position to where he's got to put up buckets because the team is poorly constructed?
Hmm.
And then that's when we get into stuff like, okay, what's his shot selection? What does it look like? What are his turnovers? What does he look like when he's playing out there on the floor? And from watching LaMelo play, he he might be the only player I've seen since high school who has not changed his play style. You know what I'm saying? He plays the game freely. He'll ISO into a shot that you probably wouldn't take, and he'll make it because he's a talented player, like NBA capable player. And the favorite thing to watch him do is he play. And I remember us talking about this too, and we were like, there's a specific formula with the Ball brothers that we've seen work, that if a GM was able to implement a similar strategy to what works for the Ball brothers play style, which is a fast up tempo style of play with a lot of ball movement, capable players who can shoot and are dynamic. We said this. And I feel like that's what the Hornets have right now, which was also one of my complaints when I was like, the Hornets are a team, they have so much talent, and you scratch your head and you're like, why is it not working? Right. Which is why we got to congratulate them, because this season it is working. You have Brendan Miller, who's playing very well. You
Hmm.
have, I think, them getting Khan unlock something within that team, because now they have a legitimate outside threat that
Hmm.
LaMelo's comfortable giving the ball to. If you watch them play, LaMelo and Khan are constantly playing off of each other. They have plays where LaMelo is setting screens, man. LaMelo is setting off ball screens
Hmm.
in the paint, Marvin.
Hmm.
So it's just the whole outlook of the team is different, seen with their play. We recently snapped their win streak out in Miami. Good job, team. But prior to that, they were playing very well. They had a very efficient offense. Things were moving. Just watching the way that they play, they were making the extra pass, playing for each other, which when you have a good group of talent, you just need to continue cultivating that talent. I think they're on the cusp of having another. I always say this, the mark of a of a solid team, a solid young team is, to me, if they remind me of that Brooklyn Nets team that had D'Lo and like all those guys, you know, the D'Lo, Darren Allen, the Karis LeVert, like that squad, that team. If they remind me of
They
that
did some
Nets
damage.
team, and they're still young too, where they're not like, they don't need big money, but they're playing and they're taking down solid teams and they're playing well on the road. And
That's what
to
I'm
me,
saying.
you're on
They
the
can do
right.
some
That's what I
damage.
look for in a team. It was the Pistons the year before, and I feel like it's this team right now.
I have another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the Hornets should try to get Lonzo?
No,
You don't think adding Lonzo will make LaMelo play better?
because for one, Lonzo hasn't played well this season. And that's just the unfortunate truth.
Yeah, I can't
His shooting's taking a dip.
revitalize.
But even when you look at things like his ability to play defense, it's not the same like it used to be because of the injuries. He's not that same defensive presence that he used to be prior to getting hurt. He's just not the same player. I don't think that's an investment that you make at this point. I don't think it's an investment that you make at this point in Lonzo's career. I don't think it adds anything to the Hornets until we see any improvements from Lonzo, if he's still capable of playing at a solid level next season and he kind of has a resurgence. But this season, I don't think that's a move that you make necessarily.
Okay. So I don't know, man. I've watched a couple of Lakers games lately, and I realized since number 5 had that crazy take, he's been benched more. They've been
Because he's
playing
not good. Because he's not. It hasn't. No, it has nothing to do with the. No, it has nothing to do with the crazy take. He's not good. He's not good.
Yeah, they've been playing
I'm
Jackson
stopping
Hayes
myself
more.
He's not.
And
He's father.
just for the public to know, the beef is still on. But Timothy Hayes more badly. That hasn't changed.
He's fucked up, man. He's not. I told you this the day you signed him. I was like, "Are you sure?
Oh shit! That
Is
disrespect
this
this guy
really
got
what
to
you
do it
want?
from all his mouth.
Is this the center that you want? Is this really?
I want it.
You came in with that false hope that maybe
I said
can
maybe,
turn it around.
maybe. I was hypothetical.
I'm telling you no.
I want it.
I'm telling you no,
Dog,
man.
you know who I wanted, man. I wanted Williams.
Man, if the kosher across the street can smell and taste the fatwa, we should be able to do the same. We don't need hope. He's garbage.
I wanted. I did not want to do it, man. I didn't care for to do that at all.
You had to settle for him. Me?
I had to settle for him.
No,
because I needed another big. I just needed another big. That's all. I just needed somebody to be able to grab rebounds and put the damn ball in the basket. Because that Coloco nigga wasn't doing what it's supposed to be doing.
I'm so happy you say that too, because I truly believe that DeAndre Ayton will be out the league, because if you're not performing as a starting center on a team that needs a center, where are you gonna have a job?
I don't know, Jillick. But I mean, that was just because I have the Lakers on right now, and I just realized that
he's getting benched.
I kept throwing my eyes on this. I mean, Bonnie's not playing because Bonnie's out tonight, but I've not seen him on the field for like. I turned into the game when you called, and I've not seen him play at all.
Because he's not good. He's not good.
They giving that guy playtime over him. That guy they got from Dallas. I keep forgetting his name. Kleber.
Of course they give him Maxi Kleber because they have no choice. They don't want to play Maxi. They don't want to play Maxi Kleber right now. I guess the people.
Ain't nobody want to play Maxi Kleber.
They do not want to play Maxi Kleber right now. If Ayton was actually playing like Clint Capella, Maxi Kleber would not get minutes. That's a fact.
Of course, it is a fact because
The bar is, and he was, mind you, he was a number 1 pick.
Yep.
In the same year, in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
When did Luka get drafted?
So 8 years ago, 7 years ago.
When did Luka get drafted? What was Luka's draft?
Anyways, bro, let's talk about something else.
Let's talk about something because I'm finna
let's talk about. Let's move
go learn
into
Mandarin, DeAndre. Huh? You need to go learn Mandarin.
Or Greek.
Nah, he's not. He's not lasting in the EuroLeague. I'm sorry. They're gonna chew him. They're gonna chew him out in the EuroLeague.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
No, you don't gotta disrespect the EuroLeague like that, man.
I'm not disrespecting him. I'm just saying.
You are if you think DeAndre Ayton's gonna go over there and he's gonna be capable, man.
I never said he was gonna be capable. As maybe a trash team in the EuroLeague can give him like a couple of Euros to come play.
Nope.
Anywho, man, let's talk about football. Tua Tagovailoa, however you say it. Tua concussion that release.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate because I was how do I say that? I have a guy that I listen to on YouTube that gives you a history of players. And sometimes I let my YouTube play on autoplay, especially when I'm playing FIFA. And Tua's this story came up, where he came from to get where he is now.
It's a great story.
It's a
great story, by the way.
It is, because his dad wanted him to be different. So he is right-handed, but he throws left-handed because his dad made him throw left-handed because he wanted him to have like that ability, because he said that he didn't see any left-handed quarterback in the league at the time. So he had like all that stuff. So, but throwing left-handed gave him a disadvantage because he wasn't his dominant hand. So for him to get into position, that's what. So, okay, and to make a long story short, in order for Tua to have been very, very successful in this league, Tua would have need the whole line that was protecting Tom Brady his whole career. Because I'm not saying Tom Brady is not the GOAT. Numbers don't lie. But this guy was heavily protected. Right? Especially in New England. So that's why you will have not heard me say Tom Brady is the GOAT until he won in Tampa Bay. Because the protection decreased. And he was older. He was older when he won. But I'll talk about Tom Brady another time. So Tua getting into Miami, we knew protection was not, because Miami has not really invested in an O-line like that. They got him targets, they got him a good running back, but he never was protected. They could, early in his career, they got to him quite often. And Miami being in the AFC is where they have those dogs and they're in the D line. Because when you play, it seemed like the Browns, Myles Garrett is gonna get to you regardless. At the time, when you play, it seemed, I mean, I know they are in the NFC, but when you play, it seemed like the Chargers, Aaron Donald will get to you. When you played not the Chargers, I meant the Rams. But when you play, it seemed like the Chargers, you will get Joey Bosa at the time was there. It will get to you. So the D line was getting to him quite often. And early, like 2-3 years in his career, he was ready to retire because of all the concussions. Because he was getting concussed in college.
Yeah, his concussion history is
lengthy. It's very lengthy. And last season on the podcast, I told this guy to retire. After the last concussion that I witnessed, his hand was shaking, bro, when he fell. His nerve was reacting while he was out of it. Bro, I ain't no damn scientist. I don't know anything about science. I failed all my biology classes in high school, but I know that's not normal. I knew that wasn't normal. So that's why I came here and was like, bro, I think it's time. I think it's time. And you got bench last season. That means that because one thing players need to know, and one a player that I think know that very well is Damian Lillard. Teams don't care about you like that, man. They will get rid of you like that. Because he got benched first time in his career in Miami, got benched at the end of the season. And then this season, like off season, release.
They got him. I mean, and that's not to say that they don't care. I mean, you got to look at it from this point. Like, at what point, if you know you're not going to surround him with an O-line and do what's necessary to protect him as a quarterback, and you know the concussion history, you know, like
you drafted him with it.
You drafted him with it, but then it's the irresponsible nature of the franchise to not draft around that liability. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it's like
I feel like they
drafting somebody.
Talent.
It's like drafting Giannis, knowing Giannis can't shoot, and you don't surround him with shooters. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you know what you have to do to mask the weakness of a player to just make it easier for him, and you don't do that for years on years on years. And the concussions keep piling
up.
They keep piling up. And it's not like
worse, worse, like one worse after the other.
But then it's like his play too. We got to talk about his play. It's not like
he scrambles a little bit.
He's a scrambling QB, but it's not his arm. He doesn't have like a crazy arm, really. Not because in the NFL.
It's not his dominant hand. So, in trying to create a different breed of QB, we can agree that his father kind of fucked him up a little bit, but it still has the talent. Like, because when Tua had his best season, this guy was throwing cannons. When Tyreek Hill first got there, that season where they lost to the Chiefs in the freezing cold, when even Andy Reid's mustache, I had a lot of ice.
That shows I had like snow falling off. Man, I love Andy Reid.
I love Andy Reid too, bro. But I feel like if that was the play of game that made me start being against him going to play in very, very cold climate like that, because Miami is a team that plays in a warm climate. It's never snowy in Miami, because playing in the snow like that, they studied at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
But that season, Tua was playing wonderfully, bro. He was playing great. They were not getting to him fast enough. He was releasing quickly. I don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, so my question to you is on that note, do you think another team takes a chance at him given that?
Yes. I don't think
them hoping that he could replicate that success if they're able to protect him.
I don't think Tua gets out of the league this offseason. I think he will be signed by a struggling team that needs a QB. Jets come to mind.
The Raiders got rid of Geno Smith.
Raiders come to mind. Cardinals got rid of Kyler Murray, so they come to mind. But me, as a close friend or family of Tua, if I'm in that position, I advise him to retire. You got your money. Because before he got cut, he signed a massive deal. 5 years, 100 million, something like that. So you get, and of that, I think 70 million was guaranteed. So he got his money. You got your money. Bro, go live your life with your family, man. We don't want to see you die in a football field. We don't want to see somebody hit you and you don't get up. Like, I don't want to see something like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God. And the craziest injury I've ever saw in sport was that guy from Boston. when we were watching the playoff, or was it a game at your house? He had dreads. I keep remembering his name. I keep
Marquise
forgetting his name.
Daniels. I'll
Yeah,
never forget the name.
yeah,
Man,
him.
he his
That
when
was
he
that was
broke
that
his
was
neck.
yeah, when he
It was,
broke his neck.
yeah,
That was one of the scariest
yeah,
injury I saw. Like
yeah,
live though, while I'm watching the game.
yeah.
So I don't want to see that happening to Tuan, man. I don't want to see something like that because I liked him. I liked him as a QB, man. It was fun to watch. I like scrambling quarterbacks. They're always entertaining for me. I studied with Colin Kaepernick and then Lamar Jackson, so the only scrambling quarterback that I don't like is Kyler Murray. We'll get to him in a second.
Okay,
I
you got
think
there.
I think just to finish my thought on Tua, I think Tua should retire, bro.
I
Because you
think
are you are considering it 2, 3 seasons ago. Just right into the sunset, man. It's because uh Andrew Luck, one of the best quarterback I ever watched in my life.
he was so good, but I'm so till this day I'm pissed at Colts. I'm forever mad at Colts. Colts fans, you deserve nothing after the way y'all treated Andrew Luck when he announced his retirement, man.
And coach organization deserves nothing either because
Deserve nothing.
they never protected this man.
The way they booed him after the man sacrificed his body year after year after year
Never got an O
year after
line.
year,
Never got an offensive line.
and it wasn't for
This
lack of
man was
talent.
playing injured.
It was not for lack of talent. It was not just year after year after year after year, just getting punished because the organization refused to do anything about it. For the fans
And
not
he
to
just walked
understand,
away.
and obviously not all Colts fan, but like that scene. I think about that scene at the arena when he's walking off, and it's just boos. It's just like
He just walked away because he's like he prioritized his health.
his health.
I
So
think
I
Tua
mean,
should do the same, man. I
I
think
think so
he
too. I
should do
think it
the
needs to
same.
be, but then there's like a pride too that comes with it, and not to bring external stuff into it, but like he is Samoan, and they have like they are very
Yeah,
prideful people
they
because
are
they're
very
very
prideful people.
strong.
Yeah.
They are very strong, resilient people,
Hmm.
and in this, we're just me. I'm in the same boat as you. Tua, do not be resilient. You know, if you are resilient and
It's time to
it
go,
works out
man.
for you, great. But at the same time, you
There's a
know,
risk.
there's a great risk. And at the end of the day, it's just football. It's just football.
That's all it
You
is.
know, at the end of the day, it's just football, and you got a family. At this point, this is the part where like we're talking the age gracefully talk. We're talking the age in good health. You know, where
Mhm.
you want to get to 60, 70 in good
Mhm.
health with no.
Yo, Bobby, I'm pretty sure the moment you announce your retirement, somebody will give you like an analyst contract. Go do that, man.
You have a few. I mean, for not even if you still want to stay around the game, you could coach.
You can coach. You
You could
can,
coach. You
yo,
could
you,
prepare the
you, you.
next set of scrambling QBs. You could be an off the coordinator. You could be a throwing coach. There's like you've reached a point where you have the money.
Mhm.
Forget not even talking about the NFL. You do have a successful football career.
Yes,
A lack of a
when you were healthy, you had good numbers.
like
There's no disrespect there. No
so
disrespect.
you can just
We
retire in good health.
we
Think
cannot
about your health.
we cannot fault you for what your organization did not give you. That's all I can
Exactly.
say, bro. So walk away,
Exactly.
man. Kyler Murray,
All right.
he
You're
got
there.
released by the Cardinals.
Yep.
I'm not disputing that Kyler Murray is a good quarterback. Kyler Murray is a good quarterback for those who love the style of football. But me, I don't like turning my TV watching the NFL and I'm watching somebody playing backyard football.
So
Kyler Murray
scrambling
played,
without skill,
huh?
scrambling without a plan.
Thank you. Kyler Murray plays football, like professional football, like if somebody like me will have been drafted to play pro football. That's probably how I will play it. Like I got the ball. It's like I see two people coming at me. I don't know what to do, and I start running in the opposite direction, hoping for the best. Try to slip, do all that. I think it finally caught up with him, and now the because Kyler Murray has targets, you know. But when you look at Kyler Murray's passer rating, I don't think Kyler Murray has that great passer rating. And then Kyler Murray is a short quarterback. He's very short. So that's already like a disadvantage for him. So where I see Tua is 5'10", that means I'm taller than Kyler Murray. If like where I see Tua landing in the team, like getting offers, I cannot say I see that 100% for Kyler Murray.
You don't think the Raiders take a chance?
Not on. I don't think so. I don't think so. I might be wrong because of the way I feel about the guy, but I don't think like Kyler Murray's passer rating is like in the 80s. That's not great for a QB. Like his overall. So I don't think a team that has like the Raiders have who the Raiders have as a wide receiver. I know Max Crosby is trying to leave there. I want the Niners to sign him.
Mm.
I'm praying and hoping.
Let's
every day.
focus on. Let's not get to fantasy land just yet.
No, it's not fantasy. It can happen. We have people we can trade for him.
Yes. Let's not engage in fantasy talk just yet.
The primary receiver for the Raiders is Trey Tucker. I don't really know him, honestly. I don't know what he has really done. Tyler Lockett is there, but he's a veteran, so is he really contributing as much? Because the Trey Tucker guy, he recorded 696 yards, 5 touchdowns. That's not a lot, but for the Raiders, that's pretty great.
So why did you put it? You put him with Kyler Murray. You know, backyard football style of play.
Bro, I don't know, man.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm like, because you don't like a scrambling style of play, but then you think about like the Raiders.
I love the scrambling style of play.
His scrambling style of play.
I love somebody that scrambles
plan
when you don't have a target.
Yeah, without a plan.
Exactly. So I don't know, man. I don't know where he lands, to be honest with you. I really don't know where he lands. But hey, the Raiders are trying to blow this up. Max Crosby is really wants to get out. And if we can find a way, that will be good for us. But Tyler, honestly, I don't know where he lands, man. Because the maybe the Jets, because at this point, I think the Jets organization is just crazy. It's a bad time. Like my boss, like the partner that I work for, like the partner that I'm his associate, he's a diehard Jets fan. But when he doesn't want anybody to know that. I know that because we talk football, but it's like when he sees somebody with the Jets, like, oh, I mean, let's hope next year's gonna be better. Bro, how long you been saying that?
Not too much on the Jets fans, man. I'm a Panthers fan. All right, we once upon a time it was hard for me to say I was a Panthers fan. Listen, I was in hiding.
I'll give you your team is in a better position than the Jets.
Yes, we have been for years. Like we've been terrible, but like I've always been hung.
You made a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
not too long ago.
No, it's been long ago. It's 11 years.
That's not 20 years. That's not the Dallas Cowboys.
That's a decade. That's 10 years is a long time, man. That's a different world, man.
You should have won that Super Bowl, by the way.
Look, man. That defense was a good defense at the end of the day.
But for the Cardinals, man, if they sign Tua and Tua's healthy, Tua like get protection, he will have Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Xavier Weaver as targets. Nasty. Just nasty.
But then he'll ultimately, that's up to him.
Well, I would rather see him retire than go get hit.
You know?
I'm pro health, bro. See, my experiences in life have taught me that there's nothing more important than your health. I'm the type of guy that will take a day off, and when they tell me, "Oh, I will like email all my clients, email everybody, and say, okay, I'm not in today. Oh, are you okay? Yeah, I just needed a mental health day, and I think that they should. And I'm an advocate for that since my firm, the firm I work for, they deal with a lot of New York politicians. I've been one of those guys that putting in suggestion boxes that in the PTO category, you guys need to have like a few hours for mental health. Like you give me 8 days, 8 days, 6 days, you should give me like 5 for mental health. Because my body might be working fine, but I'm tired of the bullshit. I know you can use a few mental health days. So listen, man, I'm trying to get it passed for you guys out there. Because I'll be using them. Well, my sick days as a mental health.
And speaking of mental health days, people who need a mental health day is the entire Real Madrid locker room. Because the injury plague, my God, the injuries.
Oof. The injury God has not been kind to us.
Real Madrid forward Rodrigo has torn his ACL and will be ineligible for World Cup participation with the Brazilian national team.
That doesn't really hurt the Brazilian national team, but it's not that either. You know why that doesn't really hurt the Brazilian national team? They are loaded with attackers. They are. And that opens the door for a Neymar return. They got no. Okay, let's see. Let's discuss. All line up with a healthy Rodrigo, you will have had to fight and see. Do you start Rafinha? Do you start Rodrigo? Do you play Rodrigo out of position? Do you play Rafinha out of position? Now you don't have to really overthink it. You see what I mean? It's not a good thing. I'm never rooting for a player injury, but I'm telling you, it does. And again, I don't want people to think that I'm saying that arranges things for the Brazilian squad. It's always good to have player with talent on the bench, but with egos, because Rodrigo will want to start, Rafinha will want to start, Estevao will want to start. You see what I mean? Now you have one less problem as a coach to worry about. Sucks that it's because of an injury, but it's not. Because when that happened, I was like, damn, that sucks for the kid, you know? But again, if everybody else can go, it's not really a problem per se. It sucks for Real Madrid, though, because we have City in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But Brazil will be just fine without Rodrigo.
Let's speak to some of your other injuries ahead of the City matchup.
No, let's go down the list. Do you have the list up, or you want me to pull it up?
Okay, I can get the list up. I was
I thought you had it.
I wanted to pay attention to what you were saying about the. We have well, for one, Mbappe. That's another notable one. That's another big one right there with the knee strain.
I thought he's out for 2 to 3 weeks, but I heard a rumor that he was gonna miss the World Cup. That I was sad.
That's still just a rumor, though. I don't think he misses the World Cup.
No, they say he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. And he's out because he said he wanted to rest the knee. He didn't want to play and get it worse.
Okay.
Okay.
You have Jude Bellingham, who's still injured.
It's coming back in April. That sucks.
You still have Militao, which we talked about last time.
We miss him. As like my best friend will tell you, Militao is son passoir, but we miss him. I'd rather have Militao in the back than the guy that's playing against my team called Asensio. Still beef, could him join him badly.
He looks like he's running out there. Oh, that was so. You have wow, Alaba's still injured.
Bench player. He suffered a calf injury. He came back. He's the one that they put in Asensio's place in the Benfica game when Asensio gave the goal away.
And then Asensio playing? Is Asensio
He played
playing
today.
while injured?
He played today. He started today.
So yeah, the injury bug is alive and well in that locker room.
Chumeni played today too.
It's the injury bug is alive and well in that locker room. You know, I'm of the
Okay,
team
so
of.
we said that I saw something. I don't know if it's true because I did not have a chance to verify it because I saw it while I was scrolling down. Okay, I'm supposed to be taking a class for a change of software. That shit is so boring, bro, that I cannot log in. So I was
in, man.
I can't. I was scrolling down, and then I saw something that said that that wait, I saw a note. We were talking about again. We were talking about Real Madrid's injury. Yeah, I saw something that said that when they hired what's his name was the coach that they had the coach that I hated, man. I'm missing his name.
You better
Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso. When they hired Xabi Alonso,
enough. You forgot Xabi.
Xabi Alonso can go
Can
go bang and then can go bang and then Bueglo. When they hired Xabi, he fired the guy that was the physical therapist of the team, the lead physical therapist.
I did see that. I don't know if that's true.
When they fired him, Real hired that guy again, and the injuries restarted.
I don't think that. I think that I want to hope they're trolling because this is the level of incompetence we cannot have in a football club. And this is a Barcelona fan saying this. You don't want to see this level.
No, I don't. Nobody wants to see injury, man.
Like for you, you don't want to see this level of inept.
I'm happy when I look at Barcelona. I'm happy Gavi came back. That's a wonder kid, man. You don't want to see this kid in the shelf. I'm happy Pedri came back. Although he talks a lot of shit against Madrid, but I'm happy he came back.
I'm happy too.
And just for the fuck of it, because every time he talks shit, I take him from in FIFA and put him in a Madrid shirt.
That's a sin. That's a sin. Ew.
Yeah. You see, look at you now.
Ew.
But listen, nobody that follows the podcast, nobody that is a close friend of mine, nobody that I discuss sports with can say that Vens had any expectations for Real Madrid this season.
I can't say that. You were at one point hate watching, praying Xabi Alonso got fired. So I can't.
That happened. Thank God. And when we hired Arbeloa, I came here. I said, "Hey, I still don't have any expectations." Now I'm hearing that we might get Jurgen Klopp in the off-season to coach for next season. And I'm hearing, well, let's talk about this. I'm hearing that the requirement to hire Jurgen Klopp is he wants Jude Bellingham to go. He wants Camavinga to go. He's asking they get him 2 midfielders. I'll tell you who Real Madrid is targeting. He wants two central defenders. I don't know who they targeting. And he wants Hendrik to come back. And he wants an attacker. Let's discuss Camavinga and Bellingham leaving.
Who are your midfielders that you want if Hendrik comes back?
Oh, the midfielder Real Madrid are targeting Rodri from Manchester City, the one who took the Ballon d'Or away from Vini Jr. And Slolobai from Liverpool. I'm butchering that name. From Liverpool. He just got signed to Liverpool, but Real Madrid was trying to get him, but he went to Liverpool. I don't even know how to say that name, man, but he's a solid midfielder, man. I love him. So, yep, Soboslai. So it's Szobozlai. He's from Hungary. Hungary, yeah. So Real Madrid wants him. He's a freak of nature, bro. He's really, really good in the midfield. So now I was discussing with my brother last night, and I told him this is what Jogging Club requested, and he was like, he ain't mad at it because
I'm not mad at it.
Camavinga, huh?
I'm not mad at it either.
Camavinga is, I said it in the podcast, is the Pat Bev of
He just runs.
of the league. He's just running everywhere.
Right.
And but again, somebody told me to go watch him at Lens, and I said that again. I said when he was at Lens, he was actually a solid midfielder. But when it comes to Bellingham, this is where I don't agree with my brother. My brother said that Bellingham thinks he's at a level that he's not. You said that you were getting off the Jude Bellingham train, right?
Yeah, no, I'm off the Jude Bellingham train.
You said you're off. Okay. And my reply to that was, we made Jude Bellingham think that he was bigger than what he was. Because when Jude Bellingham, the media is too quick calling players next Intel, next this, next that. When Jude Bellingham got to Madrid and he got that number 5 shirt, he was playing at a season where Vinicius was balling. He was scoring goals. Obviously, because when the formation they were playing at the time was a 4-4-2 formation with Bellingham being the central, when the attacking midfielder that was kind of playing as a false 9. So when Vini kind of start running on the left and get the ball, crosses the ball to the center, or Rodrigo does the same thing on the right, who's gonna score the goal? Jude Bellingham, because it's there as a false 9. Everybody, as soon as he started scoring goals, was like, oh, this is the next Zidane. So of course this is gonna get us into this kid's head. That was a kid, man. They went and won the Champions League. Although Vini was the best player and he was on the Ballon d'Or podium, but Bellingham contributed. And the journal in Spain, Marca and all of that were saying, oh, this is the next Zidane. I never said that. But people were calling him the next Zidane. So of course he's gonna believe that he's the next Zidane. So why are we mad now?
I never believed that. That's just,
bro. I don't think Zidane. If I'm making a top 10 player right now, Zidane is there, and I'm not a French fan. I was talking to NG and my best friend like the other day, and we were talking about France, and I'm like, there's only one French player that I ever like in my whole soccer, being a fan of soccer. His name is Zinedine Zidane. Because I witnessed in 2006 Zinedine Zidane beating a Brazil team by himself.
And that's getting Jude Bellingham?
No, but the media was calling him the next Zidane. They actually were calling him that. So it's gonna go into his head, bro. This is why. Because okay, when Lamine Yamal started playing well, you know how many people were saying he's the next Lionel Messi?
I was hearing Neymar comparisons. And
because you started hearing Neymar comparison when he started hanging out with Neymar. He shut the Messi comparison down because he said Neymar is my favorite player.
But I was hearing the Neymar comparisons. I was hearing Neymar comparisons before.
Even that's not fair because Lamal Panye on can't Neymar no more. Although Neymar is a Tivagabon for me on Tibambo, but Neymar is very talented. We talked about that last week. And was he really like that?
Yeah, we did. We did.
But to move on, man, Vini today, he played well, wasn't great. He missed a goal that hit the post. But after the match, he said that he's tired. He's been playing too many games. So Vini may take it to clue. You were mad when Alonso was subbing you off games, and now you're complaining because you're playing 90 minutes every time. Vin is not serious, man.
Is he not serious?
He's not.
Can the grass not be greener on the other side, Marvin? Can he not be tired? Can he not be
Anybody say you
tired?
cannot be tired, bro, but to come out and say, "Oh, I'm too tired. I've been playing too many games." When
Can he not be tired, man?
last month you were complaining about getting sub off, throwing tantrums, going into the locker rooms, and then now this is what you're saying. Are you freaking serious, bro? Especially in a team that is plagued with injury like that.
That's your guy. That's your guy. That's your guy, man. Maybe he was speaking in the moment. You know, he's fatigued.
He's my guy. Nobody's gonna take that away.
Okay game, not a stellar game, but an okay game. So maybe he's just a little, you know.
Nobody's gonna take that away from him. He's my guy. That's my player. But that's a bullshit take, bro.
I don't think it's a bullshit take, really, because to me, it's in the moment. You know, he didn't play too well. Yes, the T is playing with injuries, and he's probably anticipating that he's gonna have to do more. So to me, maybe it's like, hey, you know, find rest where you can find it, so that I'm able to be 100% when the team is injured. There's that angle. You know,
he wants to sit before playing CD.
Probably try to be as close to 100% as possible before you get to the City matchup, so that way he could do what he does best.
This nigga not serious, man. I don't know. They playing City and they playing City on Wednesday.
There you
have. So you might as well go sleep tonight, tomorrow, the day after.
Well, I'm sure do what he has to do. Do what he has to do.
Serious.
Do what you gotta do.
But on the bright side, Barcelona looks like they found their just right again. They're cruising. They're playing really well. We'll see what happens this weekend, but they've been playing really well.
It's been good to see. It's been even in our effort against Atletico, we didn't get that fourth goal. The team, we played an incredible game.
And it's because I was listening to him.
The team played incredible. Not for I can't be disappointed. Yeah, I've expressed my disappointment like earlier where I was begging for the team to make adjustments, and which I'm still waiting on. But as far as the effort from the team, like from every player involved, I can't be like, oh, I'm disappointed and we lost. And
listen, not everything is gonna click. There's gonna be some errors, but overall they are playing solid.
They're playing solid. I can't be, and it's to just after, and even in a losing effort, just when you play like that, you want to replicate that as many times as you can, because it's a sign that you know what you're capable of as a team. So I honestly, even Yamal is finding his footing again. There was that, so it's good to see. It's good to see. Right now, we're in a good trajectory.
Your boy is getting minutes. Bron is getting minutes.
Hey, we're in a good groove right now. We're in a good groove right
now. But to move on to get into our new segment, was it really like that? Today we're gonna talk about David Beckham for soccer. And I mean,
what do you think? What was he really like that? Is he overrated? Is he underrated?
Yeah, I think David Beckham has been very underrated, heavily. I don't want to say disrespected, but the thing is, when David Beckham was in his prime, at the same time he was doing all of that in the field, he had a solid modeling career.
I don't care for off the court.
That we don't as soccer fans, but a lot of people knew him like as a model, because there are women that will tell you they will see David Beckham, they was like, oh, he's a model. Oh, he's married to one of the Spice Girls. Oh, you know. But this guy was a threat on the ball. Like when they got free kicks, when David Beckham is on a free kick for Real Madrid, I'm happy. But as soon as I'm playing against England and this guy is on a free kick, my heart is like is stopped for a moment. And so because this guy was a free kick threat, was a solid midfielder. He was one of the great. And he really was like that, man. His Manchester days, his Real Madrid days, this guy done a lot of great things for soccer, for the sport. He was one of those top players, man.
Also responsible for the creation of Inter Miami and
Yeah, that was a smart
MLS.
business
That was all
decision
him
too.
too. He made early investments to bring the team to where it was at.
Hmm.
To now getting Messi on board and growing the MLS to a degree. So yeah, he's definitely deserves his flowers 1,000%.
Yeah, he does. He does. And I think that he's
I don't know who really underrates him though. Maybe he's not talked about as much. I can't
it's not
say we're saying.
mostly being underrated, but David Beckham is one of those guys that's like, back in the days, what Travis Kelce is right now, that's what he was, because he he got married to a woman that was very popular and that had a heavy following as a Spice Girl, and he was a model. So the reason why I put him on there is because a lot of people didn't know. If you're
The
not a
player.
heavy soccer fan, you didn't know
Mhm,
him as a soccer player, but
mhm,
mostly for things off the field.
mhm,
So I feel like he deserves more recognition as a soccer player than he's getting.
mhm.
So that's why.
Well, there you have it. Do your Googles on David Beckham's free kicks. You'll find them free kick
Oh,
montages on YouTube.
yep.
There's a lot of great free kick takers too in the history of the sport.
There is, and is
He's one of
I
them.
think David Beckham can be top five in free kick takers. To me, I was my top five free kick takers of not really thinking just off the dome right now. I would say I have Juninho Pernambucano, Andrea Pirlo,
Okay.
Ronaldinho,
Okay.
David Beckham,
Okay.
Roberto Carlos.
Yep.
Yep. So I mean that's off like without really thinking about it. Those are the top five guys that comes to mind. But there are more. There are
There's
more, and
definitely more. Like
yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at you if you said Cristiano Ronaldo. In all honesty, I would not be
Well,
mad at you if you
he
said if you
was he was okay, and he
he
was okay
had
in
a
that field.
cannon for a leg.
Messi is
Even
pretty
yeah,
good.
Messi too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the list is long. It's interchangeable. That's why I like when it comes to top fives and like top tens in certain aspects of soccer. Because it's
Yeah, it can interchange. I could have put David Luiz in there as a
you
defender.
could
Sergio Ramos.
you
Those
could.
guys were solid in that. But for basketball, I had Mike Bibby in mind, but I don't know if you wanna talk about somebody else.
Might be to me because I didn't catch his Kings days, but that's when he was like that.
That's what it
I
was.
caught
That's when
Mike
he was like
Bibby.
that.
I
His
caught Mike
prime was in
Bibby.
Kings, wasn't the Kings.
Yeah, I caught Mike Bibby like later on, like when
Late,
he was
like Miami.
like solid starter veteran Mike Bibby is what I caught. And to me, he was just that. He was a solid starter
Hmm.
until he just aged out the league, and
Yeah.
then you heard about how good he really used to be and how he should have been like an all-star and he should have had these things going for him and a potential championship run with the Kings and
Hmm.
all these different things. But to me, he was just always just like a solid. I don't even want to say role play. It was just like a solid starter PG. So I can't really be like, I won't sit here and lie to you and be like he was like that and he was a shooter and
Yeah,
that
but
because that's not my
the
experience.
was he really like that segment is not really for guys that were like that. You know, sometimes you're
But
gonna have
I
that
but I
guys.
can't even but even then like I can't even say like oh no
It
yeah like
wasn't like that.
to me he was
I mean, he
cool.
was he was
He
he
was
was
cool.
it was cool.
He was
Kings Day, I
cool.
caught my baby in the Kings. I'm not gonna lie. I caught him in the Kings, but like I said, I wasn't heavily involved in basketball at the time. But to me, he was like that because I witnessed BB that a BB that feared nobody. And at the time, I can be honest with you, that was my second favorite player growing up after AI. Like I will watch a Sacramento, I will try to watch BB play because when you look at BB's playlist, man, BB was balling. Like that's the guy that will find a way to get a layup. That's the guy that will find a way to get open and to hit a mid range or to hit a three. To me, he knew the game. He had a good IQ. He was solid. He, I don't know who I can compare him to in the league right now, but this guy he was actually a good point guard for me. The Kings to me those guys were unlucky. Like he was one of those guys that was unlucky and that ended up in a bum ass team. But well, I don't want to say that because he had Weber, Cole
You
Weber.
know that
They could,
they were competing like
they were competing.
those Kings teams were competitive, and even when he went to Atlanta, like I can't sit here and be like he was always on. I can't say he was on trash, awful, like god awful teams. Really, I don't have that. I don't. That's not what I remember him for. I remember him being on the Hawks, and the Hawks again, not
But
a terrible
it's
team.
just those guys that were that at the time that were in a league that was very competitive and they ended up not
They weren't on the
getting
winning side of
far
it. They weren't on the winning side of it. But
on
I
the
can't
winning
sit here
side.
and be like, "Oh, Mike
Because
Bibby was a terrible player."
BB
That's
was
not
in
my
BB was guys with Chris Webber. I said Cole Webber. Cole Webber is a writer. Never mind. Chris Webber and BB led the two of them had a team a season where they led their Kings team was 61-21 in the league.
the real light the beam.
That was a damn good
The
record, and
real
they were
light.
fighting against. They were like their rivals were the Lakers.
Yeah,
With I think that was the time where that's 2001 season. So that's the Kobe and Shaq era. 2001, 2002. That Kobe and Shaq era. So that's why I'm saying they were unlucky. They were in a league where teams were actually really good, but they were actually competing. So I'm he's he was because in the 0203 he was averaging 15.9 point as a point guard, 59-23 season. So solid, you know. But his style of plays was really dope for me, man. So that's a
yeah,
point guard that I will always like.
yeah. Because and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he's. I don't think there's a point guard today that plays like him. Because if for you to find a point guard that really plays like him, you'd have to go to that almost Jason Kidd tree style of point guard. I
Steve
feel like
Nash type.
I feel like that's the type of point guard he was. Even though I'm not saying he was as good as Jason Kidd, that's not what I'm saying. But like
Oh no, oh no.
the play style of like the type of point guard that you have a high IQ point guard who's capable of scoring, but he's not a score first kind of person. Just
He's a pass first type of guy,
using
yeah.
his IQ to get to spots and to set teammates up. And
But
if he needs to, he is capable of getting you those buckets, averaging
so
15 in the dead ball.
BB BB was on one of those point guard that was deemed one of the most clutch point guard at his time, and I think that's why he got paid. He got a 80 million over 7 years contract, and at the time that was great money. That was big money at the time because we're talking 2001, right? So he was to get rewarded like that. That means he was doing what he's supposed to be doing. But yeah, it's um it's a player I miss those type of point guard to be honest with you.
You're not gonna see him ever again. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I know those Jason Wando type of guards like those guys.
It's
Because
over.
I even was watching Schroeder the other day. Schroeder was playing in a way that I've never seen him play before, forcing shots, like forcing layups. Like I was surprised, man. I was surprised. But yeah, man, I think that's where we're gonna end the podcast, man. We've been at it for a while. I think that's one of our longest episodes,
That's one of
man.
our longest ones, man.
Yeah, we discussed quite a bit, guys. So again, sorry for the wait, and we already know, man. We'll always try to get you your episode on time. Again, when life happens, we can't do anything about that, but we'll always try to do our best to get you your episode on time. So with that being said, man, I hope everybody has a good week.
Mm.
Ollie, don't forget to email me that thing.
I got you. You know, we're
And
gonna definitely prepare in the future, and you know, keep stacking days, people.
yes,
Tell
sir.
a friend, tell a friend. Share, like, comment, subscribe, all that
Mhm.
stuff. You know, helps us out a lot. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we'll catch you on the next one, man. You already know. Peace.